How the hell do you come up with consistent content ideas? You're watching everybody else do it, and it feels like they know exactly what to say, when to say it, and how to say it to get new leads for their business, and you want the same thing. Well, in this video, I'm gonna show you how to come up with an endless amount of content ideas so that you know exactly what to say to your dream clients in order to attract new leads and make the sales you wanna make. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Danielle Thomas. I'm a marketing strategist and coach, and I work with small business owners to create simple marketing strategies that allow them to spend less time marketing and more time doing what they actually started their business to do. So you're ready to make consistent content, but you need ideas. I'm gonna give you 6 tips in this video that are gonna help you come up with endless ideas so that you always have something to post about, and we're gonna make sure that it connects back to what your ideal clients want, need, and are thinking about right now. So let's dive in. The first tip I have for you is think back to when you started. When you were a beginner, before you really knew what you were doing to solve the problem you now solve, what questions did you have? What were you Googling? What were you thinking about constantly? Because if you were thinking about it then, I promise you your ideal clients are thinking about it now. So write a list of everything you can remember. Try and put yourself back in those shoes and think like a beginner. I know that you have a ton of expertise now, but your ideal clients don't have that expertise. So if you're constantly talking about the solution and the things that you know now, you're not gonna be able to connect with them because they're in a beginner's mindset. All they know is the struggles that they're having and the pain points they're experiencing. So you need to put yourself back in their shoes and think back to what you were asking when you first started. The second thing that you can do is look at the conversations you're already having. What comments are being left? What are people saying in your DMs? How are people responding to your stories on Instagram and Facebook? And what conversations are you having with current clients? What questions do they have? Those are all valuable pieces of content because one, they're coming from someone that doesn't have as much expertise as you. So they're in the middle, messy stages of trying to figure out how to solve their problem, and they're building up to getting that problem solved so that they can move on and do more things with their life or their business. And they're asking questions from that mindset. So that's where you need to be creating content from their mindset, not from your expertise. So make a list of everything that's being asked and use those as content ideas. The third thing I want you to do is go out and do some market research. You're gonna get to know your competitors and look at what they're already talking about. Notice what topics are getting the most engagement and what people are asking them. And then you're going to take those topics and either give your own spin on them if you have a completely different opinion, or take what they're saying and go a level deeper. When you add more value or add a different spin to the conversation, you stand out from the crowd, which is incredibly important on social media because there's billions of active users and we all sound the same in an industry. What ends up happening is your audience will go and follow the person that has the biggest audience. They're gonna go where they think they're gonna get the most value based on numbers, not necessarily based on information. So really dive in deep and make sure you grab their attention right away in your content. And the fourth way to come up with content ideas is to piggyback off the last one, use the market research you just did on your competitors, and then figure out where the gaps in the conversation are. Where are your competitors missing information and what isn't being talked about that your dream clients really need to know? Add to the conversation, fill in the gaps, and again, it's gonna cause you to stand out because you're not gonna sound just like everybody else. The fifth thing that you can do, and this is probably the most important, is to really get to know your ideal clients. Marketing is all about marketing with empathy. If you don't understand their fears, their pain, their objections, and their desires, you're gonna have a really hard time connecting to them and grabbing their attention in your content. Did you know that as human beings, we are exposed to 34 gigabytes of data a day? That's a shit ton of information. So what the brain does to protect you from exploding is it has a piece in it called the reticular activating system. And your RAS is the part of the brain that determines what information is important or valuable and what isn't. And it's based off the things that when you're consciously thinking, what you're thinking about. So for example, if you have the problem of needing to know how to get content on social media, if you are always thinking about how do I come up with the content ideas, what should I post? your brain is going to go, they really want to know about information that pertains to this. And whenever you see a post, or in this case, a video that pops up that promises to teach you that, you're going to click on it. So that's the same thing for your content. Make sure that you understand your ideal clients, what they're thinking about, and what they desire, so that you can speak directly to them. And then last but not least, get outside of your industry. This is one of the more fun ways to come up with content, and it's to stop focusing on what's already happening in your industry and go out and look at other content creators and things that you're passionate about and get inspiration from that. What this will do is, one, it's going to help you stand out because you're going to sound different. You're not going to sound just like everybody else in your industry, which we've already talked about. But two, it's probably going to make your aesthetic different too. When we are constantly searching what our competitors are doing, we tend to start to look like them as well. So when you go out and you search, maybe it's fashion, maybe it's makeup, maybe it's sports, whatever it might be, and you start looking in other accounts to see what they're doing and how they're providing information, how they're teaching, how they're showing up, how their videos are structured, all the things, you can start incorporating that into your brand. And you'll probably also get content ideas based on the topics they're talking about too, that are a fresh perspective and a fresh way of creating content for your industry. So step outside of your industry and shake it up a little bit. Don't sound like everyone else. Don't look like everyone else. Make sure that you bring in pieces to your brand that are fun for you and that you enjoy creating in a way that you like to create. All right, guys, those are the 6 tips. Go and implement right now. Pause the video if you have to, but make sure that you're putting this into practice. In 20 minutes, you could probably come up with 100 content ideas using those tips. Go search in Facebook groups, go do market research, look in your DMs for past client conversations that you've had, and just come up with the content ideas right now. Take 20 minutes. I promise you, you'll have a huge list, and then tomorrow you get to wake up and just cross one off, and it'll be so good. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Be sure to leave comments and let me know if you have questions or what you want to see next time. Like and subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification so that you don't ever miss a video from me. And last but not least, come follow me on Instagram. I share daily marketing tips. I'd love to have you over there. I'd love to get to know you guys. And I hope this video was helpful. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.